Hey, PS, great. The last digit of your like on this video is someone from the meme background, and the last digit of your subscription to my channel will show your subject from the meme background. So come down right now, subscribe and like. Look at the screen, pay attention to the last digit of your like and your subscription. And write someone from chalk background in the comments. It's simple if your like is the 8th, and the last digit of the subscription is number 5 here and a lemon with a cactus. Show your imagination and enjoy your viewing. And great, dear friends, you're on the Melon channel. First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone on this significant date, and today we have 100,000 subscribers on our channel. I have already expressed my gratitude in the Telegram channel and made a post in my communities, but I would still like to do it again. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. And 100,000 subscribers is just the beginning of the way. Further, more, and once again, just a huge thank you for being with me and following the news. But I won't talk about this topic for a long time, just let's move on to the video, and today we'll talk about updating 16.0 in the Chalk Playground, or now call it Melon box, in general, whatever you like. But before the start of the video, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys for getting into my video, and if you want to get into my next video, then everything is quite simple. You need to subscribe to the channel, like it, write your top comment. Well, do not forget to subscribe to the cart, the link is as always in the description. In general, I will not drag out your time and enjoy your viewing. And we've been waiting for the update for a very long time. It's been a whole month and a half since the last global update, and I want to say in advance directly that it didn't go very far for me in terms of the fact that in a month and a half it was possible to do much more. But as for me, at least they rolled out something, and that's already good. The game has become a little better anyway, but let's take each of the aspects of this update in order, and let's move on from the beginning to what meets us in this game. And we are met, of course, by a new vote, in which there are commercials, time bombs and a vacuum cleaner. That is, a vacuum cleaner, rollers and a bomb timer. In general, this is a rather strange set of updates that are waiting for us in the future. In principle, let's sort out in order what exactly I would like to add to the next update. So, we have the videos. The videos are not bad in principle, but as for me it's boring. That is, as for me, the videos will always occupy the last place and it's not interesting enough, so we immediately remove the videos, because they will just be, I do not know, just videos. In general, it's not interesting. A bomb with a timer. In principle, it's not bad. That is, you put a bomb, a counter appears on your screen, for example, you set a value and after this time it explodes. Very cool, so far. As for me, it would be very cool if they added it. That is, I would add another times bomb, and now a vacuum cleaner is just an imba. As for me, if they added a vacuum cleaner, it would be very cool. Look, you have a huge amount of garbage on the map, but you don't want to manually select it somehow, and it's also inconvenient through the button. You take a vacuum cleaner and it just vacuums things you don't need. In general, it's just a very cool idea. As for me, an update. And yet many people supported my idea, and 73% right now is occupied by a vacuum cleaner, which is justified for me. What else have we added to this game? And of course it's a laser cannon from just voting. In fact, I would not like it to be added, and as for me, it is justified quite boring. Look, it just lights up and works like a real Lazarus from life. In general, it just burns and adds just burning damage to our Melon, which for me is just a boring update. Well, it's not necessary. I believe that this weapon will not be in demand, simply because it is boring. Although it is much better than Protogan, Railgun and so on. In general, let it be, okay, added and good. In principle, we will record a lot more detailed videos about this zeroing, because quite a lot of things have been changed. And we will scrape together a lot of bugs, all sorts of facts, myths, and so on. What's next for us? This is of course an APC and a scooter added to our game. A scooter is a scooter, but in fact it is very strange for me. To what? Well, the APC is clear, it was announced, that is, we knew that it would come out and it was just known in advance. But what's the point of a scooter here? To be honest, I don't understand a little. It's just an unnecessary update, it's not interesting, no one will use it. Well, okay, that's good. The APC is just an imba that actually shoots cool, and I punched in advance that there would be an APC. I just released videos, a week later they announced that the APC would be released. Most likely, the developers are watching my videos and thinking like this, but let's take his idea into service and just add an APC. Here's a look, they punched my version and punched my video. 100% I'm almost sure of it. There, in this APC, you can put 3 Melons, which is not bad in principle. We still have the robot in the game. Melonov was also left. The new menu has remained blue. To be honest, it's at least strange for me. It just doesn't look right. The blue menu sucks. I liked white more. But maybe the developers will hear me and still change everything, or maybe not. Write in the comments if you like the blue menu. Interestingly, for a long time I could not figure out where the autosave is located. In principle, autosave is such an interesting idea, which, by the way, I also talked about in one of my videos. It saves those items that you sort of used and interacted with. In general, for me it's as strange as possible, but it doesn't work the way it should work and it's just an unnecessary update. As for me, autosave is, well, this. Well, okay, and added it and good. I would also like to say that we have added a lot of things and a lot of interesting things, but at the same time it seems that this is very little in order to seem like a global update. That's really, they worked on it for a month and a half, almost 2 months, that is, since the end of May they have been working on this update, and essentially nothing has changed. Yes, they added an APC, a scooter and a laser cannon, but in fact, those bugs they remained. Optimization was bad, and it remained bad. Global, in fact, nothing has changed. Yes, we added a couple of items, but in fact we already had a Jeep, there is already a basis for management and it was not difficult to add an APC either. That is, in fact, they did not do much work. The scooter was added, so it's not really necessary at all. As for me, this is really the most stupid item they've added recently. That's real. So let's think together, why do we need this scooter? In terms of management, he is really terrible. It's just terrible physics. It feels like it's just as light as possible. With any pressure it turns over. In general, this is just not an interesting update. Yes, we have added a laser cannon, which has an interesting property, but as if you have very little of it in order to seem like a global update. Just think about it, a whole month, even more, almost 2 months have not worked on this update and rolled it out. And I don't know, at the same time they made a lot of mistakes, which I mentioned in my last video, the pros and cons of the new update. In general, we made a lot of mistakes, such as removing Melons, adding a robot. By the way, I still think that the robot is very good. It's just, well, I don't know, as for me it's very strange and they worked more on fixing bugs than working on a new update. Write in the comments what you think about this. Of course, we will still analyze this update, because there is still something to talk about, there are interesting facts, there are interesting myths. Of course, we will find all this, but we will talk about this later in the next video. Well, unfortunately we have to bring this video to an end. Thank you all for the 100,000, thank you all for watching, good luck to everyone, so far, and I remember my friend, as always, I'll see you one of these days.